Great.
Thank you, Rick. That was beautiful. And really hard to follow. God.
Cry a lot.
Noted. Hi, everyone. For those whom I've not met yet, my name is Katie Odegaard, and I'm Allison's best friend and sister-in-law. I just want to add to Jeff's remark that before I start, I really want to thank everyone for coming today. This has been a really difficult time, and I can obviously speak for Jeff. I think we're aligned on this, that myself, our families, it has brought immense comfort to all of us to receive the love and support from friends, old and new, Allison's incredible teaching community who I've really been able to meet and connect with since yesterday and today, and the tight-knit community of Ingersoll. Thank you. It's difficult to know where exactly to start when you've had 35 years to look back on. I'd like to preface this reflection with a confession. This is sort of a theme I'm finding. Allyson was my memory bank, actually. Countless times I would reach out to her with a text or a call or even in conversation saying, what was the name of that guy in grade 10? Who was my math teacher in grade 9? I don't know. I ran into so-and-so who dated some other so-and-so, and she would fill in the blanks without fail, every time. The best was when she actually corrected me in real time or mid-sentence on a retelling of an event that happened to only me. But she still knew. So I don't know if this is irony exactly, but the fact that I'm now standing in front of all of you to reflect on a lifetime of memories with Al is a recipe for inaccuracy. So bear with me. I hope somewhere, maybe even close by, I hope she's amused and only a tiny bit annoyed with my terrible memory. Allyson and I met as 7-year-olds at public school. I was a new kid, having just transferred to Woodland Heights, and I'm quite certain that the teachers felt bad for the hot mess of a kiddo on the playground. They charged Al and some other girls in the class to include me, and that's where it started. From there, we journeyed through growing up together, and what a journey it was. Last Christmas, Allyson had just had surgery on her leg and was too fragile to travel to see family in Alliston. So Jeff took the kids to Christmas celebrations, and the girls and I got to hang out with Al. So J-Mo, Jen, Kelly, Allyson and I fondly referred to ourselves as the Wildcats. I feel like that's worth mentioning. Are a group of friends that have known each other since high school, hence the Wildcats logo. Anyway, this particular Christmas, we were lucky to leave our collective kiddos in the care of partners and family and stay with Al over the holiday. This included a surprise watch of an old VHS of her 16th birthday party, which was obviously a lip sync dance party to mostly Spice Girls and Backstreet Boys. It's amazing. Allyson was so excited to have received the latest Smashing Pumpkins double album. We are obviously dating ourselves, as well as Siamese Dream album, which is equally awesome. Although, again, with the inaccuracy that might have to be fact-checked, I'm pretty sure. She was always a music aficionado. Something I recently learned from Rick was that Sunday afternoons when Al was little was spent listening to albums together. This influence became a part of her, and as many of you can attest, Allyson always had the best playlists. Her old iPod was musical gold and was always the soundtrack to whatever gathering was happening. In fact, and Jeff has mentioned this, but as I'm sure all of you know by now, if you were listening, Al created this funeral playlist. It's perfectly her. It's poignant, tongue-in-cheek. It starts with Adele's Hello, if anyone knows that jam. Full of classics, songs from bar days, and favorites from her beloved Tragically Hip and Arkells. So of course, we can thank Al for the incredible soundtrack to today's celebrations. For as long as I can remember, Allyson wanted to be a teacher, another common theme you've heard and will continue to hear with TPS. Following in her mom's footsteps, Al was passionate about teaching. I have always admired her drive and determination, not only through Teachers College at Western, but hustling to secure a permanent contract. That was a near impossible task back in those days. Her dedication to teaching was unparalleled. She simply loved it. It was her calling. When she was in remission, instead of returning to the regular classroom, as Jeff mentioned, she decided to take a position at Victoria Hospital in London. It's Victoria Hospital, right? I don't know. Yeah, that one. Teaching.
We all know the one.
Okay, that one. Teaching kids who were inpatients at the hospital. Given her experience navigating the healthcare system through both the lens of a patient and that of a parent supporting and advocating for a medically complicated child, she knew she could make a difference in those kids' lives. Before landing her permanent position with the London board, Allyson navigated a painful period of time. A relationship that was not meant to be, thankfully, but more on that later. Al was deflated, 100 pounds soaking wet, and had lost her flame. I suggested, and Ed was delighted when she agreed, to head to Greece to Island Hop and apply some wanderlust to heal her heart. She was so tiny that her backpack pulled her small frame over at the Athens airport when we got there, and I was very concerned. But despite carrying nearly her weight on her back, one of us catching pneumonia after sleeping on a beach, and one of us severely damaging our chest plate on a cliff jump, I'll let all of you decide who did what. I can confidently say that both the Black-Eyed Peas, I Got a Feeling, would never be the same. Again, dating ourselves. And Allyson got her groove back. She was out. I remember that trip like it was yesterday, and hold it so close to my heart. Oh, this gets good. One fateful summer, following our adventure to Greece, Al decided to come to Toronto and stay with me for a bit. Considering a move to Toronto and testing the waters, she happened to be there when my brother was having a birthday party at his condo and invited us. Coincidentally, or perhaps fate at its finest, my then boyfriend and now husband, Greg's brother Jeff, was in town at a trade show. Greg invited Jeff to join us there. We had a bit of a setup in mind, and we all went to Jamie's condo. I remember Jeff and Al chatting and hearing Jeff make an opinionated remark about teachers. I think I walked away laughing and thinking, oh, this is perfect. You have no idea what you walked into. Fast forward to a night at the Underground, a solid dance floor makeout session. What's the G in DFMOG?
Dance floor makeout grind.
Grind. Thank you. The rest is history. Watching Al and Jeff fall in love was the best. It was the best for several reasons. Beyond the obvious, seeing Allyson find her soulmate, it was a reminder of two things. One, some things fall apart or don't work out because something far greater is meant to be. And two, when you set your best friend up so that she eventually becomes your sister-in-law, you've absolutely fucking nailed it. Allyson was an incredible mother to her 3 wonderful kids. Beyond your typical mothering jobs, she also tirelessly advocated for kids, navigating both the healthcare system and education system. Wanting to help others in the tightly knit APERT community was important to Allyson. Understanding the overwhelm associated with both becoming a new mom and navigating the system for a medically complicated child, she connected with that community often and helped however she could. I loved that Allyson embraced motherhood with an honest outlook. As in, she wasn't going to candy coat any of the hard. but she would also cherish the soft and sweet with such joy that it